Awesome. All right. Thank you for joining me for a 75-minute yoga class that I'm calling Ghosh Flow Yoga. We will follow the sequence of 26 into yoga, but add in optional posture variations and sun salutes. If at any point something doesn't feel right for you, remember that you can always modify, do something else. You can skip it entirely. This class is meant to be challenging and fun, but it's also meant to meet you kind of wherever you are on your yoga journey and just wherever you are in your day to day. So something doesn't feel right for your body, remember that you don't need to do it. And yeah, let's get started. We're going to start with 2 sets of pranayama, deep breathing, good for your lungs and respiratory system. Bring your feet together, toes, heels touching nicely. Interlock your 10 fingers, cross your thumbs, glue your knuckles underneath your chin. Rock your weight into your heels. Relax your shoulders down away from your ears. You made it to class. Concentrate, meditate, and begin. Inhale, chin down and arms up. Breathe in through your nose. Lift your elbows up. Suck your stomach in. Fill up your lungs. Exhale, head up. Exhale through your mouth. HA, sound, head back. Arms forward, elbows touch. Good, inhale. Elbows out and arms up. Slowly bring your chin down. Look straight ahead. Lift your elbows all the way up. Breathe deep, full lungs. Exhale, head up. Slowly push your head back. Look way, way, way back for the wall behind you. Arms forward. Elbows touch, pointing forward. Inhale, head down. Breathe in through your nose, down through your throat to the very bottom of your lungs. Exhale, head up. As you exhale, open your mouth wide like you're fogging up a mirror on the ceiling. Tilt your head back, stretch your arms forward, elbows touch. Inhale, head down. Keep the weight in your heels. Lift your kneecaps, squeeze your thighs, your glutes, lock your legs. Exhale, head up. Weight stays in your heels, hips a little forward, hip muscles contracting, thigh muscles tight. Inhale, head down. As you inhale, suck your stomach in, depression to abdominal wall, contraction to abdominal muscles. Exhale, head up. Even as you exhale, abdomen in, shoulders down, elbows up, triceps parallel to the floor. Inhale, head down. So you want to keep the lower body still, like a statue, just the neck and arms are moving. Exhale, head up. So just your head drops back, no backward bending, keep shoulders over hips, hips over heels, weight in the heels. Inhale, head down. This is the last breath in the first set. Make your spine a little longer, elbows a little higher, lungs a little fuller. Suck your stomach in, breathe deep, full lungs. Exhale, head up, take your time, eyes open, hips forward, legs locked, stomach in. Keep exhaling, push, squeeze, elbows touch. Good, change, arms down. You can roll out your shoulders and head. Second set, feet together, interlock your 10 fingers, switch the grip, other thumb, pinky finger on top. Squeeze your thighs, squeeze your butt, grow taller out of the base of your spine, and begin. Inhale, chin down and arms up, breathing in through your nose, lift your elbows up, suck your stomach in, fill up your lungs. Exhale, head up, exhale through your mouth, slowly head back, stretch your arms forward, exhale more, elbows touch. Inhale, head down for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, full lungs. Exhale, head up for 6. 5, 4, 3, 2, elbows touch. 1. Inhale, head down, use the full 6 seconds to inhale. Take in more and more and more air. Exhale, head up, use the full 6 seconds to exhale. Synchronize your breath and body movements. Elbows touch when your lungs are empty. Inhale, head down. So it's a slow and controlled inhale through the nose against the back of the throat, creating a little bit of a vibration, snoring sensation. Exhale, head up. You're not using your vocal cords. It's just an HA sound as the push the air out, reach your arms forward, elbows touch. Inhale, head down. Every new inhale, you want to take in more air than the last breath to expand your lung capacity. Exhale, head up. The more you exhale here, the more fresh oxygen you can take in on your next breath, push and squeeze. Inhale, head down. So make this the deepest breath so far. Breathing into the top of the lungs, middle of the lungs, bottom of the lungs, full lungs. Exhale, head up. In our day-to-day life, we don't really use the full lung capacity, but the lungs need to be worked out like any other part of the body. Inhale, head down. Let's make this the last breath. Second set, deepest breath of your life. When your lungs are totally full, surprise yourself. Take in one more sip of air. Exhale, head up. Take your time, let everything go through the exhale breath. Any worries, any cares, let them go. Be here now, elbows touch. Change, arms down, you can roll out your shoulders and head. Next, we'll do 3 sets of half moon with hands to feet pose, which will also flow into a little bit of a sun salute. So it's a moon salute and a sun salute at the same time. I will walk you through all of it. Feet together, inhale your arms over your head sideways, palms together. Interlock your fingers, release your index fingers, cross your thumbs, nice tight grip. Stretch up out of your waist and bend right and left, right and left. Every time you pass through the middle, reach up a little taller like you're trying to touch the ceiling. And when you can't stretch anymore, come to stop in the middle. Bring the weight into your heels. Push your hips a little forward, squeeze your palms together, bring your head and arms back, touch your biceps to your ears. Inhale, breathing, stretch up out of your waist, try to touch the ceiling. Exhale, breathing, absolutely straight line, slowly bend your body to the right. Without bending your elbows, without bending your knees, continuously push your hips to the left beyond your flexibility. You're trying to create a tremendous stretching feeling in the left side of your body, all over, inside out, bones to skin, fingers to toes. Just remember, it's the first posture of the day and there's no rush. Know where you have to be, nothing you have to prove to yourself or to anyone else. All you have to do is breathe in and out through the nose. Keep the weight in your heels, hips forward, arms back. Left hip a little forward, 2 hips in line. Right shoulder forward, open your chest like a flower petal blooming. Come down, push, push, push. Change, inhale to come up, stop in the middle. Press your heels down, lift your chest up, stretch up tall, and slowly bend to the left as you press your hips to the right. Come down without bending elbows, without bending knees, and without holding your breath. Make the breath slow and steady, in and out through your nose. Squeeze your palms together, press your biceps into your ears, squeeze your thighs, your glutes, and root down through your heels. Push your right hip a little forward to get your 2 hips in line. Left shoulder forward, left rib cage forward, 2 shoulders in line, neck in line with the rest of the spine. Inhale, lengthen the arms. Exhale, push, push, push. Change, inhale to come up, first back bend of the day. Take a deep breath, full lungs, keep your eyes open. Relax your head back as far as it goes. You can give your head a gentle shake. Look for the floor behind you, squeeze your butt, lift your chest, and immediately bring your arms back with your ears. Try to touch the wall behind you. So whole spine back bending from coccyx to the neck, lower back, middle back, upper back. Bend your total spine backward bending. Keep the weight in your heels, lock your legs. Inhale, breathing, push stomach, thighs, hips, everything forward, and bring your arms back. Look back, fall back, way back, go back, more back. Change, inhale to come up, stretch up tall. Slowly exhale, bend your knees, fold. Arms with ears, hands to floor, relax your head. Go for a walk, move your hips, shake your head. This is a U-turn from back bending to forward folding. At the beginning of class, your spine might not be quite warmed up yet. Move your hips to get your lower back nice, relaxed, comfortable, easy, and flexible. Padasana, hands to feet pose. Bend your knees halfway. You can grab the backs of your calves, your Achilles, or your heels from underneath. Step on all 10 fingers. Pull on your heels, roll your weight into your toes, and lift your hips up. Stretch your upper body down from the lower spine to the floor. Pulling is the object of stretching. You're trying to create a tremendous stretching feeling on the back of your body, all over, inside out, bones to skin, fingers to toes with a smiling, happy face. It's kind of poetic. Keep pulling, keep stretching. Roll forward, lift your hips up. Good. Okay, on your next inhale, change and lift up halfway into a flat back position. Halfway lift, you can have your hands on your thighs, your shins, or the floor in front of you. Exhale, bend your knees, put your hands on the floor, and step back either into a high plank or tabletop position. On your next exhale, hug your elbows in and lower down halfway. Inhale, come up into a back bend. You can do cobra with elbows bent and thighs on the floor, or up dog with arms straight and thighs off the floor. Exhale, tuck your toes under, lift your hips up for down dog. You can bend one knee, straighten the other, pedaling out your knees, and then press your heels to the floor, hips to the ceiling, drop your head, look for your thighs behind you. If down dog is not speaking to you, come down onto your knees, take a child's pose instead. Sink your hips down as you reach your arms forward. On your next inhale, hands to the floor, look forward, step forward, lengthen, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms with your ears, interlace your 10 fingers, cross your thumbs, release your index fingers, lift up, look up. Exhale, arms down. Second set, feet together, inhale, arms overhead, palms together, switch the grip, interlock fingers, release index fingers, cross thumbs, hips forward, arms back, stretch up, and slowly bend to the right as you press your hips to the left. So this class is called Ghosh Flow Yoga because it's paying homage to a yogi named Bishnu Ghosh, who was Bikram's guru and mentor. And so we do 26 and 2 yoga. Many of us do that often, but it comes out of a larger sequence of 84 postures by Bishnu Ghosh. Inhale, lengthen your arms. Exhale, push, 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 change, inhale to come up, stop in the middle, stretch up tall, and slowly bend to the left as you press your hips to the right. And in the Ghosh 84 sequence, the postures are many of the postures are the same as in 26 and 2, but they're in a different order or they're in a different sequence. So this is actually called the moon salute. So in Vishnu's 84 sequence, there's a salute to the moon, a salute to the sun, and a salute to the gods and goddesses. So we're doing a little bit of a moon and a sun salute at the same time. Push your hips to the right, coming down into a half moon shape. Change, inhale to come up, second heart opener, deep breath, full lungs, keep your eyes open, drop your head back, squeeze your butt, lift your chest, and bring your arms back with your ears. Whole spine back bending, whole front of the body stretching. If your knees are bending, come up a little bit, lock your legs, push your hips forward, push your hands back, arms back, look back, fall back, way back, go back, more back, change. Inhale to come up, stretch. Exhale, fold. Arms with your hands to floor, drop your head, go for another walk, move your hips, shake your head. Notice what's a little bit more loose in the second set and what's still a little tight and tender. No right or wrong answer there, it's just an opportunity to check in. Padastasana, hands to feet pose. Bend your knees halfway. You can grab the backs of your legs or your heels from underneath. Pull on your heels, roll your weight into your toes and lift your hips up. Stretch your upper body down, touch stomach to thighs, chest and knees, face to the shins. From the side, you look like a ham sandwich, no room for light and air between the upper and lower body. Pull on your heels, roll your weight into your toes, lift your hips up, push your knees back, pull and stretch. Change, lengthen into a halfway lift. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, hands to floor, step back into a high plank or tabletop. Let's hold the plank for a moment. If that lowering down motion does not feel good for your body, skip it, go straight from your plank or tabletop directly into your down dog or child's pose. Otherwise, hug your elbows in and imagine you're pulling yourself down to the floor. Inhale, come up into your back bend. If you're doing up dog, thighs off the floor. Exhale, lift your hips up for down dog or sink your hips down for child's pose. And we'll do several sun salutes throughout class. And just because you do down dog once doesn't mean you have to do it every time. I like to kind of switch up doing, plank versus tabletop or down dog versus child's pose, stuff like that. So you can try different variations every time. Inhale, look forward, step forward, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms with your ears lift up. Exhale, arms down. Third set goes fast, feet together, arms overhead, palms together, cross your thumbs. So this is a bit more like what the sun salute looks like in the moon salute looks like in the 84 sequence in Bishnu Ghosh's 84 asanas. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, drop to the right for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Change. Inhale to come up, stretch up, and drop to the left for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Change. Inhale to come up, first back bend, third back bend. Keep your eyes open, drop your head back, squeeze your butt, and go back all the way. Change. Inhale to come up, stretch up, fold, and right away grab the backs of your calves or your heels from behind. Pull on your heels, roll your weight into your toes, lift your hips up, push your knees back, lock your knees, lock your knees, lock your knees. Change. Lengthen, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to floor. This time you can step or float back. If you want to hop back, land with your elbows bent. Lower down. Inhale your up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog or child's pose. Try to get heels to floor if you're doing down dog. If your heels are not touching the floor, you can take a wider step. I said that weird. If you have tight hamstrings, you can micro bend your knees so to take pressure away from the backs of the legs. Otherwise, press your thighs back. On your next inhale, look forward. You can step or float forward, hop forward, lengthen halfway. Slowly exhale, fold. Inhale, root your eyes, lift up. Exhale, arms down. Awkward Utkatasana. Step your right foot to the right 6 inches, hip width distance, insides of your feet parallel. Arms up, parallel to the floor, triceps tight, fingertips active, abdomen in. Bend your knees, sit back and down into a chair. Feet flat position, spine straight to begin with. 100% of your body weight in your heels. Sit down halfway only. Suck your stomach in and lean back. Lift your chin up, chest up, lean back, fall back, way back. Change. Inhale to come up. Keep your arms there. Push your hips a little forward. Spread your toes wide. Come up maximum on your tippy toes. Stretch up and sit down. A little bit of a toe injury right now, so I can't go very deep into this posture, but go ahead and sit down more if it feels good for you. Heels up, knees up, sit down, change. Inhale to come up, last part, still breathing. Squeeze your knees together, let your heels come a little off the floor, and slowly sit down. I was saying this morning that the longer that I practice this yoga, the more creative my injuries or like aches and pains get, which is always interesting. Squeeze your knees together and forward, thighs parallel to the floor, arms parallel to the thighs, spine straight from the side, looks like you're holding a box. Change, slowly come up, knees together, feet down, arms down. Optional sun salute, inhale, lift your arms, look up. Slowly exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, you can step or float back. If you're floating back, land with elbows bent. Inhale your up dog. Exhale, down dog. Take a breath, slow inhale through the nose. Against the back of the throat, Ujjayi breath. Slow exhale through the nose. Inhale, look forward, step or float forward, lengthen halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise, lift up. Exhale, arms down. Second set, awkward, step your right foot to the right, 6 inches hip width distance. You can do second set just like you did first set, or I'll provide some fun variations. You can bring your hands together at heart center, stick your butt out, bend your knees, and sit down. Option to stay here, or take left elbow to outer right thigh and start to twist. Look up towards the ceiling. Option to stay here, or reach your arms up and down, 6 and 12 o'clock. Move your hips a little to the left and then bring the left shoulder forward. Look for your right thumb. Okay, if your hands are open, bring your hands back to heart center, unwind, other side, take right elbow to outer left knee, and twist. Try to bring your thumbs to the center line of your sternum rather than left pectoral. Look up towards the ceiling. Option to stay here, or reach your arms up and down, left arm up, right arm down. And from here, move your hips a little to the right and bring the right shoulder forward as you look for your left thumb. Okay, bring your hands back together, unwind, change. Inhale to come up. Can have your hands in heart center, lift your heels, stretch up, and sit down. Now, traditionally, we would lean back, but in the second set, if you want, lean forward, stick your butt out, and bring your arms back. Palms together, squeeze shoulders together, thumbs towards the floor, pinkies towards the ceiling. Sit down, lean back, change. Balance challenge, keep your heels lifted. Inhale, bring your arms up to parallel, triceps tight, squeeze your knees together, and slowly sit down. Take your time, listen to your body, stop whenever you want, or keep sitting down. Good. Now, if you have healthy knees today, like knees are feeling good, right? You're feeling good. Try to come up 1 inch and hold. Come up 1 inch and hold. Change. Inhale to come up, slowly come up. Good for you. Heels down, feet down, arms down. Inhale, arms overhead, look up. Slowly exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, you can step or float back. Keep exhaling, lower down. Inhale your back bend. So I'm going to do cobra this time. Exhale, either down dog or child's pose. So I'm going to do child's pose this time. Take an inhale through your nose. Exhale through your nose. Inhale, look forward, step or float forward, lengthen, halfway lift. Slowly exhale, fold. Inhale, reach your rise, lift up. Eagle pose. Exhale, swing right arm, right under left, palms together, thumbs towards your nose. You can also interlock fingers or grab shoulders. Pull elbows down, bend your knees, sit down. Shift your weight to your left heel and bring your right leg over your left leg as high as possible. Cross twist and breathe. In and out through your nose. If your foot is coming out, sit down more. If you're losing your balance, arch your upper body back, bring your knees to the right, upper body to the left, twist like ropes, sit down and lean back. Good, change feet together, inhale, arms overhead, left side, swing left arm, under right arm, palms together, thumbs towards your nose, pull elbows down, sit down, stay down there, and bring your left leg over your right leg. And this side might look or feel a little or a lot different. It does for me, and that's okay. We're not symmetrical, right? Bring your knees a little to the left, upper body to the right. You want wrists over elbows, elbows over knees, knees over ankle. Bring the weight back into your heel, sit down and lean back. Change, feet together. Inhale, arms overhead, look up. Slowly exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, you can step or float back. Keep exhaling, lower down. Inhale, your back bend. Exhale, down dog or child's pose. Again, always getting a nice breath in your down dog or child's pose. That Ujjayi breath against the back of the throat. Sounds a little bit like a snoring sound, kind of like the breath in our pranayama, deep breathing at the beginning of class. Inhale, look forward, step or float forward, lengthen halfway. Slowly exhale, fold. Inhale, reach your rise, lift up. Second set, we're gonna do arms and legs at once. Exhale, swing right arm, under left arm, right leg over left leg. So right arm, under left arm, right leg over left leg. The old under, over, send red rover, over. Push your left hip a little forward, right shoulder a little forward, stick your butt out, sit down more, arch your upper body back. Good, change feet together, arms over your head, last one, arms and legs at once. Left arm under, right arm, left leg over right leg. Think about bringing right knee to right and left knee to left, right elbow to right, left elbow to left. Feel deep compression running down the center line of your body among all your major joints. Change feet together, inhale your arms over your head. We're gonna do 2 half salutes, look up, exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, fold. Inhale, reach your eyes, lift up. Exhale, arms down. Let's do one more half salute. Inhale, arms up, look up. Slowly exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, arms down. Party time. You can grab a sip of water if you want. Cheers. So, especially for folks with wrist or shoulder injuries, full sun salutes can be a little bit much, right? Or it can like make the injuries feel worse. So if that is you, try doing the half salutes that we did at the end rather than the full sun salutes. Or if you just like don't want to do a full foot sun salute, do a half salute as well, right? And that's a nice way where you're still getting that movement in your spine and your hips without having to put pressure on your wrists or shoulders. So again, all of the sun salutes are optional, just like everything else we do. You can also do like a half sun salute. Okay, next we're gonna do the balancing series. We're going to combine standing head to knee and standing bow pulling pose. So the idea is you're gonna do head to knee and then go straight into standing bow and then do the other side. Okay, shift your weight to your left leg, lock your left leg, squeeze your left thigh, lift your right leg up and point your toes, flex your toes, keep your toes flexed back to your face, right hip down a little bit. Option to stay here, or as you're ready, round down and pick up your right foot. All 10 fingers interlocked up to the webbing, webbing to webbing grip. From start to finish, standing legs should be solid, concrete, one piece, lamp post, unbroken. You have no knee. If you've been coming for a while, all of you have, you know your left leg is locked, no bend, no wobble. Inhale, breathing slowly, gently, lift your right leg up. Beautiful. Stretch it forward until your right leg is exactly parallel to the floor, no higher, no lower, standing leg locked. If both legs lock from the side legs, make an upside down L like Linda. Start to bend elbows down. Touch elbows to calf muscles. One day, elbows go below the calf muscles. Lock your knee, lock your knee, lock your knee. Change. Straighten your arms, bend your right leg, come up to standing. Point your right toes, bring your knees together. Bring your right hand up, out to the right, reach back without turning or twisting your wrist. Pick up the inside of your right foot at the ankle bone, thumb with your index finger, left arm up and back, knees together to start. Lock your left leg, point your right toes, lift your chin, take a breath, stretch up, and slowly charge your body forward. Simultaneously kick your right leg back and up. Take your time. First, just find a place where you can balance and breathe. Especially in this posture, we end up being on one leg for a while, which is really good cardio, really good strength building, but it can be a little bit uncomfortable, right? Slowly bring the body down and the leg up. See the foot come directly over the top of your head. 2 heels in line, 2 shoulders in line. Body down more, leg up more. Kick, kick, kick. Good, change slowly with control. Kick yourself up. Okay, shift your weight to your right leg, squeeze your right thigh tight, and lift your left leg. You can point your toes, flex your toes back to your face, stretching the calf and Achilles. Option to stay right here. Think about dropping the left hip down, or as you're ready, round down, and pick up your left foot like you're about to help your best friend over a fence. All 10 fingers interlocked. Contract your inner thigh, outer thigh, lift your kneecap, squeeze your right glute, and when you're ready, slowly, gently, lift your left leg up. If your standing leg is bending a lot, think about lifting your hips up and pressing the knee back so your knee is over your ankle, not your big toe. Press heel forward, flex toes back. If both legs lock, bend elbows down, keep coming down. Try to touch elbows into the calf muscles. Keep coming down. One day elbows go below the calf muscles. Lock your knee, lock your knee, lock your knee. Change. Arms straight, bend the leg. Point your toes, knees together. Left arm up and back. Reach back, pick up the left foot, right arm up, left hip forward and down. Lock your right leg, point your left toes, lift your chin, option to stay here, or when you're ready, stretch up, and slowly kick into your hand, simultaneously charge your body forward. So in standing head to knee, we rounded the spine, compressed the abdomen, and flexed the kicking toes. We also kept our shoulders in line. In standing bow pulling pose, we're bending the spine, stretching the abdomen, pointing the kicking toes, and we're sliding our shoulders apart. So these are complementary postures, right? Drop the left shoulder, left hip down, right shoulder forward, body down more, leg up more, kick, kick, kick. Good, change slowly, kick yourself up, feet together, arms down, take a breath. Second set, shift your weight to your left leg, squeeze your left thigh tight, lift your right leg up, flex your right toes back, round down, pick up your right foot, all 10 fingers interlocked. Concentrate, meditate, don't forget to have fun, here we go. Lift your right leg up. If both legs lock, bend elbows down. Elbows go below calf muscles, slowly tuck your chin to your chest. Put your forehead on your knee. And if you've got that going, see if you can let go of your hands for a minute and eventually forehead and knee stay in place. Okay, when you're ready, slowly come up. If you fall out like I did, just hop back in. Point your right toes, knees together. Let's do arms and legs at once. Ready? Left arm up, right arm back. Grab your right foot. Lock your left leg, point your right toes, lift your shoulders, stretch up, and slowly kick, stretch, breathe. Kick into your hand, stretch forward, breathe through your nose. Slide the shoulders apart, charge your body forward, try to touch chin and shoulder together, shoulder blade, scapula stretching away from the body. The harder you kick, you can balance forever. Body down more, leg up more, back bend, kick, kick, kick. Good, change, slowly kick yourself up. Good for you. Last one, shift your weight to your right leg, squeeze your right thigh, take a breath. Lift your left leg up, flex your toes back, round down, pick up your left foot, all 10 fingers interlocked. Maybe switch the grip, opposite thumb, pinky finger on top, whoa. Lock your right leg, relax your face, and when you're ready, lift your left leg up. Heel forward, toes back. Great way to stretch the backs of both legs. Bend elbows down. Elbows go below calf muscles, slowly tuck your chin to your chest. Put your forehead on your knee, and then maybe see if you can let go. Maybe not. Hold and breathe. Lock your knee, lock your knee, lock your knee. Awesome, change, slowly come up. Point your left toes, knees together, both arms at once, right arm up, left arm back, left hip a little forward. Lock your right leg, squeeze your right side seat, point your left toes, lift your chin, stretch up, and slowly kick, stretch, and breathe. You're kicking in two directions. You're kicking back and you're kicking up. Kick up to the ceiling, kick back to the wall, charge your body forward, try to touch something in front of you. Keep the face relaxed. Mouth closed, eyes open, breathe. You can soothe your body, soothe your mind through your breath. Body down more, leg up more, charge your body forward, kick, kick, kick. Good, change slowly. Kick yourself up, good for you. Come to the back of your mat, Tool Dandasana balancing stick, feet together, inhale, arms overhead, palms together, interlock fingers, release index fingers, cross thumbs, nice tight grip, stretch up. Step your right foot forward, shift your weight to your right foot, stretch, point your left toes, and when you're ready, come down like a slow moving seesaw. Arms, body, head, legs, everything parallel to the floor from the side. Body makes the T like Tom, not a broken umbrella. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Good, change, left foot down, right foot back, lean back, stretch up. Step your left foot forward like you're on a balance beam, lock both legs, point your right toes, and when you're ready, come down. Slowly chest down, chin forward, leg up, point your right toes, charge your body forward, stretch, stretch, stretch. Change, right foot down, left foot back, arms down. You can do second set just like we did first set, or you can try another fun posture called split arm. I'll show you from the side. Feet together, arms overhead, palms crossed, stretch up, step your right foot forward, lock both legs, point your left toes. When you're ready, come down. Go down like you're going into balancing stick. Once you're parallel to the floor, bring your chin forward, split your arms up and back to the ceiling. Lift your left leg up to the ceiling and back bend. So try to touch your stomach to your thigh, but keep your chest away from your knee. Lift your leg up. Change, left foot down, right foot back, stretch up tall. Step your left foot forward, lock both legs, point your right toes, stretch. and tilt. So you want to go down slowly with control. Once you're parallel to the floor, keep going, stomach to thigh, look forward, split your arms up and back like a bird. Lift your right leg all the way up to the ceiling. Point your right toes, body down, lift your leg up, leg up, leg up, stretch, change. Right foot down, left foot back, optional sun salute, inhale, lift. Slowly exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Remember, you can do half salutes, otherwise exhale, hands to floor step, or float back, lower down. Inhale, your up dog. Exhale, down dog. Let's take a few slow, dry breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. Last one, inhale. Slowly exhale. Inhale, look forward, you can step or float forward, lengthen halfway. Slowly exhale, fold. Inhale, reach your eyes, lift up. This is fun. Exhale, step your right foot to the right. Big step, arms down parallel to the floor. You're also welcome to pivot to be on the long side of your mat. Standing separate legs, stretching, turn your toes in, heels out, lock your legs, lift your chest, and swan dive forward. Stick your butt up, all the way down. Good, grab your heels from behind, roll forward, lift your hips up, catch your breath, pull, stretch, touch your head to the floor, in between your feet. Good, change, inhale, slowly come up, step your right foot back to the place, arms over your head, arms down. You're welcome to do a second set of stretching. You can also join me in the middle of your mat space for Malasana Garland pose. If you want to join me in a yogi squat, you're going to step your right foot to the right, this time like 1 to 3 feet. Turn your toes out, your heels in, start to fold forward, hands to the floor, bend your knees, and squat, sit down. So depending on like your body proportions, I have about a foot between my heels. You might want up to 3 feet between your heels. A wider step might help you sit down. If your heels are not touching the floor, that's quite normal. You can lean forward a little bit. You can even work on your crow pose, right? Otherwise, try to press the heels down, hands together in prayer, push the elbows out, lift your chest up, drop the shoulders down. This is a great hip opener. Relax your pelvic floor. Okay, hands to the floor, lift your hips up, turn your toes back in, hands to hips, change, slowly come up. Good, step your right foot back, arms down. I was about to say awkward pose, but that is not right. Triangle, something about the words are being mixed up this week. Triangle Trikonasana, inhale your arms over your head, big stretch. Exhale, step your right foot to the right, big step. First set normal, push your hips forward, lean your upper body back, turn your right foot out, left toes in, bend your right leg, sit down, lean back and move your arms, elbow in front of the knee. Hover your fingertips between your big and second toe. Don't touch the floor, don't push any weight on the floor. Look up to the ceiling, touch your chin to your shoulder. Push your left hip forward and down, push your right knee back with the help of your elbow. Now turn and twist upper body back like spine twisting posture. Lock your left leg, keep your left foot flat on the floor. Change, rotate your arms, straighten your right leg, right toes in, left toes out. 2 heels in line. Inhale, bend your left leg, sit down, lean back and move your arms, elbow in front of the knee. Aim your fingertips towards your big toe rather than your heel. Look up and stretch up, so sit down more. Bend your left knee and then chest up more. Use your left side obliques. Right arm up, left arm down, left rib cage a little bit forward. Open your chest like a flower petal blooming. Lock your right leg. Keep your right foot flat on the floor. Change. Rotate your arms, straighten your left leg, left toes in, right foot back, arms up, and slowly arms down. You can do a second set of 26 and 2 style triangle, or you can join me for a more vinyasa style triangle that we'll flow to another fun posture called bird of paradise. Inhale your arms over your head, big stretch. Exhale, step your right foot to the right, 4 feet minimum, arms down parallel to the floor. Turn your right toes out, left toes in. This time, keep both legs locked, start to lean to the right and come down. So at first, left arm up, right arm down. You can have your right hand on your shin, your ankle. Eventually, you can put your hand on the floor either in front or behind your hand. You can play around and then look up towards the ceiling. So really nice inner thigh stretch. And the goal here is to get from your hip to your head, one long parallel line. This is actually a really wonderful posture if you ever have neck pain. Find that stretching the head to the right side wall is a really nice way to stretch out the neck. Option to stay here in this version of triangle pose, or you can join me in bird of paradise. Bend your right knee, take your right hand in between your legs like you're trying to pat yourself on the butt, And from here, drape your left hand behind you, see if you can catch your hands together. Start to walk your feet together, which is an awkward process. The more you do it, the easier it becomes. Shift your weight to your left foot and lift up. If you can lift all the way up, point your right toes and then kick. Try to lock both legs, hips forward, shoulders back, chest proud. Beautiful, you've got it. Okay, bend the right leg, bring the right foot back down, step the left leg apart, bring the arms back to 6 and 12 o'clock, change, rotate your arms, straighten your right leg, right toes in, left toes out, 2 heels in line, keep both legs long, turn to the left and start to fold left hand down, right arm up. You can have your left hand on your shin, your ankle, or hands on the floor in front or behind your foot. Stretch the crown of the head to the left side room, look up towards the ceiling, left shoulder forward. Option to stay here, try the other side, bend your left knee, take your hand in between your legs, try to pat your own butt, drape your right hand behind you, catch your hands together, walk your feet together. So try to touch your heels together. You want to walk your feet all the way together first. Once heels are touching, shift your weight to your right foot and now lift up. You've got it, yes. Press the heel up to the ceiling, big toe up to the ceiling, hips forward, lock both legs, lift your chest, drop your shoulders. Gorgeous. When you're ready, bend the left leg, put the left foot back down on the floor, straighten out the right leg, bring your arms back to 6 and 12 o'clock, change, rotate your arms, straighten your left leg, left toes in, right foot back, arms over your head, slowly arms down. Standing separate leg, head to knee, Dandayamana, Bipaktapada, Janusharasana. First set normal, inhale your arms over your head, palms together, only cross your thumbs. Exhale, step your right foot to the right, 3 to 4 feet, a generous step, be generous with yourself. Pivot on your heels to one side of the room. Turn your back toes in, push left hip forward 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. 2 hips in line, 2 heels in line. Backside foot makes a 45-degree angle, stretch up. Tuck your chin to your chest and go down slowly with control. Chin to chest, stomach in, touch your forehead and knee together, front side compression, throat choked. Eyes open, breathing normal. Stretch your fingertips beyond your big and second toe. Bring maximum weight to your right front foot, right hip up, left hip forward, 2 hips in line. Push forehead into knee a couple times real quick. Lock both legs, hands together. Change, slowly uncurl. Head up last. Beautiful. Pivot on your heels to the other side of the room. Uncross your heels, turn your back toes in. Press your right hip forward, stretch up. Tuck your chin to your chest and go down. Can you look at your belly button all the way down? You cannot see your front foot all the way down. Right hip forward, chin to chest. Touch your forehead and knee together. Stretch your fingertips forward. So eventually forehead and knee touch, but you're never forcing your body, especially rounded spine postures are ones to be careful of if you have like an achy back or a history of slipped discs. Eventually forehead slides onto the knee, but you're never forcing your body. Push your forehead into your knee, lock both legs, walk your hands together, only thumbs cross. Change, imagine you're dragging your forehead up your thigh, your chest, biceps with ears, head up last. Good. Pivot on your heels, right foot back, slowly arms down. You can do a second set of head to knee pose, or you can try another fun posture, often called pyramid pose. So for a pyramid pose, you can have your hands behind you. This also becomes a balance challenge. And you can either just like hold your hands, or you can start to tend to your fingers in prayer. And if you have your fingers in prayer, see how high you can slide your pinkies up your spine. Okay, step your right foot to the right, 3 to 4 feet. Pivot on your heels, turn your back toes in, left hip forward, stretch up. And this time with a straight spine, fold forward. Stick your butt out, stomach to thigh, chest to knee, chin and nose to shin. Option to stay here or interlace fingers, release index fingers, cross thumbs, and lift your index fingers up to the ceiling and forward to the back wall for a nice shoulder rinse. So now really feel a nice stretch along the front hamstring and calf, right? You're working on your balance. And rather than rounding your spine, you're lengthening your spine. If you have your arms up overhead in a shoulder rinse, bring your hands back down to the lower back or hands in prayer. Lock both legs, change. Come up with a flat back. Push your left heel, right heel into the floor to lift up. Good. Pivot on your heels. I'm gonna face you. So a trick to balance, especially with your hands behind you, you wanna have your weight in your front foot. And you also wanna make sure that your heels are in line, but not crisscross. That'll make it hard to balance. Stretch up, chin away from your chest, go down. So really push the left foot down. Stomach to thigh. Maybe think about hooking your ribs over your knee. Chin to chin, looking forward. So the weight's in the front foot. You can keep your hands together behind you or interlock fingers. Release index fingers, cross thumbs. Lift your index fingers up and forward to the front of your mat. Maybe move the right hip a little forward, right shoulder forward, two shoulders and hips in line. If you're doing the shoulder rinse, bring your hands back to the lower back. Make sure both legs lock, chin away from the chest, change. Push left foot into the floor as you lift up. Very nice. Pivot on your heels, right foot back, arms down. Optional sun salute if you want. Inhale, lift up. This is the second to last one. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step or float back. Keep exhaling, lower down. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog or child's pose. Maybe do one that you haven't done yet. Heels to floor, hips to ceiling. Imagine like the roof is caving in and you're trying to push the roof away from you. That's what it should feel like in your hands. Your active arms pushing the hands down. Look forward. On your next inhale, you can step or float forward, lengthen halfway. Slowly exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise, lift up. Slowly exhale, arms down. Beautiful. Come to the middle of your mat for tree pose, Tadasana. Shift your weight to your left leg, lock your left leg, and lift your right leg up. Touch your heel to your costume, sole of foot flat to ceiling. Bring your right hand up to the center of your chest, and if you can balance, left hand. This is option 1. Option 2, take your right arm out to the right, palm faces the wall behind you. Reach behind you and see if you can catch your right big toe with your right hand for a bind. Right hip a little forward. This is option 2. Option to stay here or float a toe stand, Padangustasana. If you're feeling really fancy, you could go down with one arm or bring your hands back together in prayer and fold. Hands to floor, lean forward, bend your knees, sit down. Walk your hands back to either sides of your hips. Lift your chest up, point your right toes. Left hand and right hand. And if you've got the balance, maybe try kicking your right foot forward. Eventually pull it back in, or you can fall like I do. Eventually reverse it back. Okay, option to come out on 2 feet or put your hands on the floor. Push your hands into the floor to lift your hips up and then press your hips forward to reverse out. Beautiful. Whenever you're ready, change, right leg down, shift your weight to your right leg, squeeze your right thigh tight, lift your left leg up, heel to costume, let your left knee drop. You can bring one or both hands together. Option to stay here or take your left hand out to the left. We're playing with the half bind. Reach behind you, maybe catch left big toe with left hand. Can stay here or start to fold. Hands to floor, lean forward, bend your knees, sit down. Walk your hands back, stretch the crown of your head up. You can bring one or both hands together and maybe try kicking your foot forward. Maybe pull it back in. And if you fall out, there's not too far to fall, right? Okay, you can come up on 2 feet or when you're ready, hands to floor. Lift your hips up to straighten your standing leg and then press your hips forward to reverse out. Very nice, change, left leg down. Last one, inhale, lift your arms up, look up. Slowly exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step back or float back. Keep exhaling, lower down. Inhale, your back bend. Exhale, your down dog or child's pose. Last one here. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your nose. Breathe in. And slowly breathe out. Inhale, look forward, step or float forward, lengthen. Make your exhale long, fold. Inhale, root to rise, lift up. Slowly exhale, arms down. Wonderful. Good for you. Give yourself high five, fist bump, turn around, Savasana. We are on the floor for the rest of class. Head to the front of your mat, feet to the back of your mat, and adjust our camera angle. Whee! Heels together, toes fall open. Arms down by your sides. Palms face the ceiling. Eyes open, mouth closed. Breathing normal. Savasana is a gas station. Let it fill you up. So in that last posture, toe stand, Padangustasana, right? It's like eventually in Bishnu Ghosh's sequence, you kick your foot out and then eventually you pull it back in, which is a super fun party trick. And I found over the years of practicing it that like, if I'm just practicing 26 and 2 yoga, at this point, toe stand is like somewhat familiar. Like I don't stay in it every time, but like probably like over 50% of the time, I can bring my hands together, right? Maybe you can do the same thing, but kicking out is not so easy. And I've found what happens is when I know that it's a class where I'm gonna kick out, I fixate on the kicking out like from the very beginning. And then I don't really give myself time just to be in the toe stand. And then I can't even do toe stand. Like even that is too hard because I'm a step ahead, right? My mind has gone faster than my body. And this is a really interesting thing to notice in yoga. And it happens all the time, right? Either our mind is like maybe back in the posture that we just did, or our mind is a little bit ahead thinking of what's to come. But the sweet spot, and it doesn't happen all the time, but the sweet spot, right, is when you can keep your mind with your body through the breath. Like that is the good stuff, the like mwah, chef's kiss of yoga. And it doesn't happen all the time, right? It's really hard to stay in the present moment, but when it does, just appreciate it and notice it. And when you notice that your mind has gotten a little off track, that's just an invitation to return to your breath, return to your body, return to the truth of the present moment. What a beautiful gift to give yourself. Pavanamuktasana, when you're moving pose. Bend your right leg up, interlock your 10 fingers, grab your right shin just below the knee, nice tight white knuckle grip. Pull your knee out to the right, down towards your shoulder, completely avoid your rib cage. Keep your head on the floor, look down the center line of your body and hold. Change, right leg down, bend your left leg up, pull your knee out and down, push the pads of your fingers into the backs of your hands, pull down, try to keep your shoulders and hips anchored on the floor. Change, left leg down, both legs lift up, grab your elbows, each other, give yourself a big hug for coming to class, good for you. Squeeze your knees together and down, keep your head on the floor without lifting your head, tuck your chin in a little bit, puff your chest up a little bit, press your shins into your forearms. Eventually, or in the future, when the bone joint skeletal system has improved, the whole spine from coccyx to the neck will be flat on the floor. Change, arms down and eyes open. You're welcome to do a second set of wind removing pose. You can also join me in some other fun hip openers. So one thing in 26 and 2 yoga that I think gets overlooked often is like within the 26 and 2 sequence, there's different series, right? Like the balancing series, the separate leg series, toe stand, tree pose, and wind removing pose are all our version of a hip opening series. So we're gonna do some other hip openers in the second set of wind removing pose if you would like, starting with supine figure 4. Bend your legs so that your feet are on the floor, keep your left foot on the floor, lift your right leg up, cross your right ankle on top of your left shin, so that if you look down, your legs are making a 4 shape. Option to stay here or lift your left foot off the floor, hug your thighs in towards your chest, and if you'd like, you can interlace your fingers like behind your thigh or your knees, and pull down. This is a great hip opener. It's a nice way to stretch the sciatic nerve on your right side. So if you have sciatica or know someone who has sciatica, right, this is a good posture. And it's also preparing us for another hip opener called pigeon pose, which is featured a couple times in the 84 sequence. Okay, bring your left foot down to the floor, right foot down to the floor, other side, take your left ankle shin on top of your right thigh, pull your thighs in towards your abdomen. You can interlace your fingers behind your right thigh if it feels good. Try to keep 2 shoulders and hips on the floor. Maybe take a moment just to notice how this side might feel different or the same. No right or wrong answer, just noticing. Okay, bring your right foot down, left foot down, happy baby. Lift both legs up, flex your toes back. You can grab the outsides of your feet with your hands. So I like to have my elbows inside knees, and you're catching your feet with your hands. Then you can rock back and forth. This is a really nice way to rock and roll out your back muscles, especially before we do the spine strengthening series. Maybe as you roll to the left, you lengthen your left leg, and then as you roll to the right, you lengthen your right leg. And then just come back to center and pull down. Particularly if you have trouble with that yogi squat, malasana garland pose, which we did in the second set of separate leg stretching earlier. This is a really nice place to start. Happy babies, like perhaps a more accessible hip opener that will allow you to get into that yogi squat one day. Release arms and legs down. Next, we do a straight leg sit up. If you have any concerns about your back today, please skip the sit up, roll off to the side, meet us on your stomach. Otherwise, legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Elbows to floor, forehead to knees. I'm going to adjust my mat so that I am facing the other way. One moment, set change. Okay, so in Ghosh's 84 sequence, which we are paying homage to in this class, there are also series within the sequence. In Bikram's 26 and 2, you take breaks between every set, but in Bishnu's, you just do them back to back to back. So we are going to do these spine strengthening series, all 4 postures at once, take a break, and then do different variations of them. Ready? Cobra, Bhujangasana. Place your hands on the floor just below your shoulders so your elbows point up to the ceiling. Zip up your legs like a cobra's tail, toes and heels touch. Lock your legs, look up and lift. Stretch your upper body off the floor, beautiful. Use 100% spine strength, come up halfway only. Just your belly button on the floor, the rest of your chest is in the air. Elbows stay bent, they make an L, a 90-degree angle like a rectangle. Don't forget about your cobra's tail. Keep your feet together, toes, heels touch, lock your legs, squeeze your butt, push your feet down, hips down, hands down, look up, chin up, chest up, stretch up, breathe up. Good, change slowly, lower down, chin forward, locust, shalabhasana. Arm straight position, rotate your shoulders, your arms, palms face the floor. Bring your arms underneath you as best you can. One day, pinky fingers touch. You can also have your arms out to either sides of your body. Lock your right leg, point your right toes, and lift your right leg up to a 45-degree angle, half of 90. See the foot come directly over the top of your head, lengthen and lift. Change, right leg down, relax your right leg, lock your left leg, point your left toes, and lift your left leg up. Stretch the big toe back, lift your heel up, press your shoulders down, lift your thigh, change, left leg down. Third part, tuck your chin and mouth down. Maybe bring your arms a little closer underneath you, spread your fingers wide, mouth down, shoulders down, squeeze your butt, lock your legs, point your toes, roll forward, lift both legs up, come up. Everybody come up, you can do it, struggle a little harder. Don't give up, mouth down, shoulders down, push your hands back, roll forward, change, slowly lower down. Bring your arms out to the side like airplane wings for full locust, Purna Shalabhasana. Feet together, toes, heels touch. Lock your legs, point your toes, squeeze your butt, look up and lift. Arms, body, head, legs, everything lifts off the floor like a 747 taking off. So in Cobra pose, we kept the feet down and lifted the chest. In Locust pose, we kept the chest down and lifted the legs. In full Locust, we're lifting the chest and the legs off the floor at the same time. The sequence is pretty smart. Lock your legs, lift your thighs up, chin up, chest up, look up, come up a little higher at the end. Good, change slowly, lower down, Dhanurasana floor bow. Chin forward, bend your legs from the outside, 2 inches below the toes, thumbs with your index finger. You can also grab one foot in the first set and second set, grab the opposite foot. So now in the spine strengthening series, we're connecting hands and feet for a deeper back bend. Point your toes, squeeze your butt, look up, and kick into your hands. Continuously keep kicking without stopping, without intermission. Notice if you're like kind of leaning back, you want to roll forward in this version of bow, freeze between your ribs and hips, hold still, do little sips of air in and out through your nose. Bring your knees in, feet out, wrist straight, look up, kick, kick, kick. Good, change slowly, lower down, look to your right, left ear on your mat, arms down, palms face the ceiling, toes together, heels fall open, inhale, and exhale. Breathe in and breathe out. Gently lift your head and look to the left, right ear on your mat. Take a breath. So again, within the 84 sequence, there are several series, and some of them are really crazy. There's literally a series called the leg breaking series, which we are not doing any postures in that today. But some of them, again, are just like different variations of what we do in 26 and 2. So you can always do second set as you did first set, or you can join me in what's called the full series, which are just more like full versions of the spine strengthening series, more well-rounded back bends, if you will. Okay, second set, cobra, chin forward, hands on the floor below your shoulders, and then walk your hands back 4 more inches so your thumbs are in line with your lower ribs. Bring your legs about mat width distance, lock your legs, squeeze your butt, push your feet down, and lift. Option to stay here with your elbows bent. Try to touch your elbows to your hips, squeeze shoulders together, keep your feet on the floor. You can stay here or start to straighten your arms. Okay, from here, notice if your hips are lifting up and your shoulders are lifting up towards your ears. You're gonna press your hips to the floor, shoulders away from the ears. So try to keep your hips down, shoulders back and down. Option to stay here, or as you're ready, drop your head back as far as it goes, squeeze your butt, point your toes, bend your legs, and try and touch head and toes together. When you're ready, bring your feet back down to the floor, change slowly. Unwind, come down to the floor. Okay, Locust, Shalabhasana. Bring your chin forward, arm straight position. Rotate your arms, palms face the floor. Bring your arms underneath you. So we're gonna do a little drill here. If you want, you can tuck your toes under and then think about sliding forward. So you're just gonna push your feet back and then slide forward so that your shoulders roll forward, and you should feel the way that you're sliding forward. That's what it's gonna feel like eventually in locust pose when you lift your legs all the way up, like you're just sliding forward. Okay, from here, now that you've done that little drill, you can do locust pose one leg at a time like you normally would, or bring your chin forward, tuck your toes under again, and walk your knees up towards your fingertips. Now you'll notice that I'm talking normally, even though you should feel more weight in your shoulders, the weight is not in your neck, right? I can talk normally, the weight is in my shoulders, not my neck. Lock your right leg, point your right toes, and lift your right leg up. And with the left knee bent, you might feel more weight in the shoulders. Option to stay here or keep the left toes tucked under and see if you can straighten both legs, and now you can really feel the back bend weight in the shoulders. Change, left knee down, right knee down, lock your left leg, point your left toes, lift your left leg up. Option to stay here or lengthen the right leg, lock both legs, feel the weight in your shoulders. Change, right knee down, left knee down. Okay, third part, you have so many options. You can tuck your chin in, can slide your legs back and do your garden variety Bikram style locust. Right, knees, feet together, lock your legs, lift both legs up. You can keep your feet apart and try to come up, or you can try kicking yourself all the way up and feeling what it felt like in those, first parts with the feet all the way up. So think about kicking both feet up to the ceiling with the chin forward. And eventually you're gonna get a good one and kick both feet up. Might take a few tries. Feet together, lock your legs. Good, change slowly, lower down. Okay, full locust, Purna Shalabhasana, arms out to the side. So full locust can also be like a more full version of full cobra. So eventually I'll show you and then I'll tell you. Eventually you're gonna come up, grab your knees, and then touch your head and toes together. Doesn't have to be today or tomorrow. We can do some drills to get into it. Arms out to the side, feet hip width distance or feet mat width distance. Lock your legs, squeeze your butt, point your toes, and just lift. Keep your feet on the floor. See how high you can lift up. Okay, if you've got that, you're gonna come down again, and this time you're gonna clap yourself up. And go back. Good, change, slowly lower down. And if you've got that, see if you can go back and grab your knees. Ready? Last one, just for funsies. Look up, go back. If you've got your knees, point your toes, bend your legs, touch head and toes. Change, slowly lower down. Okay, very nice. Last one, Dhanurasana floor bow. Chin on the floor, bend your legs, grab your feet from the outside or opposite foot, opposite arm. If you have both feet and you'd like to try a shoulder rotation, bring your hands to the insides of your feet. So now you're grabbing from the inside, thumb between your big and second toe, point your toes, squeeze your butt, look up and lift. So if you're grabbing from the inside, you can try a shoulder rotation that takes this into full bow. Bend your left elbow out and forward, right elbow out and forward, drop your head back, eventually head and toes touch. Okay, if you're in full floor bow, you're gonna release your left foot from your left hand, look forward, left hand to the floor, release right foot from right hand, right foot to the floor, arms and legs down, change, look to the right, left ear on your mat, take a breath. And then lift your head, look to the left, right ear on your mat, take a breath. One of the things that I love about 26 and 2 yoga is I really believe that between 26 and 2 yoga, maybe some push-ups or some sun salutes, you really have like the keys to the kingdom of health, right? They're all like good kind of litmus tests of like body mobility. Conversely, some of the stuff that we just tried, you don't need that to have like a good life or a healthy body. It's just for fun, right? We're just like playing around and experimenting. So keep that in mind. Bring your chin forward, put your hands on the floor, push yourself up, come to the top of your mat, fixed firm, Supta Vajrasana. This is the fixed firm series. Open your knees, open your feet, and as you're ready, walk your hands back, sink your hips down. If you can sit between your heels today and you're not in pain, put your hands on your feet, right elbow down, left elbow down, drop your head back, head to the floor, tuck your chin in, neck, shoulders on the floor, arms over your head, grab your elbows each other and hold. So the same way that we did the spine strengthening series back to back to back, we're also going to do the fixed firm series back to back to back. So this is called the fixed firm series because the tops of the feet, ankles, shins, and knees are fixed firmly in the floor. And it's kind of fun when you do them together. You'll notice like we go from knees and feet apart with a back bend to knees and feet together with a straight spine to knees and feet apart with a back bend to knees and feet together with a rounded spine, right? So you can start to see how the postures intermingle, change. Put your hands on your feet, press yourself up. Good, come to the middle of your mat, knees, feet together, hips on your heels, half tortoise, arms overhead, sideways, palms together, cross your thumbs, stretch up, and go down, forehead to floor, little fingers to floor. So after all of those back bends, this should feel really good. Reach your arms forward, sink your hips down, stretch your spine out, stretch, stretch, stretch. Change, knees, feet together, come on up. Stand on your knees, open your knees 6 inches between knees, feet, put your hands on your lower back, thumbs outside, fingers down to the floor, camel pose. Keep your eyes open. Look up, lift your nose, lift your chin. One day head goes back. Option to stay here or go back halfway, freeze in the middle. Option to stay here or when you're ready, right hand down, grab your right heel. Left hand down, grab your left heel. Thumbs outside, fingers inside, full palm grip on your heels. Push your hips forward, lift your chest up. Relax your head back, look for your toes behind you. So one of the questions in yoga in general is, can you go from spinal compression to spinal extension? Change, put your hands on your back, push yourself up, head up last. Knees, feet together, hips on your heels, rabbit pose. Make L's with your hands like little bunny ears. Grab your heels from the outside, thumbs outside, fingers inside, stretch up. Tuck your chin to your chest and go down slowly with control. Chin to chest, forehead to knees, automatically top of head to floor, roll forward, lift your hips up. If there's a gap between your knees and head, you can walk your knees up one by one, but head stays in place. Squeeze your heels together, press your hips forward, lift your shoulders up, suck your stomach in, round your spine. Good, change, hips down, slowly uncurl, vertebra by vertebra, disc by disc, head up last, very nice. Turn around, Savasana, head to the front of your mat, feet to the back of your mat. And this should feel really good. Take a breath here. Option to do an extra long, luxurious Savasana, or you can join me in a core strengthening drill. So if you are interested in having like an intermediate or advanced, whatever that means, yoga practice, it's not just about the postures, right? You want to be doing drills as well, whether that's like push-ups or whatever it is. So we're going to do a core strengthening drill that I find is really helpful, like for, I don't know, exploring other asanas. So bend your legs so that your feet are on the floor. Keep your knees bent and then lift your legs so that your knees are over your hips and your shins are parallel to the ceiling. From here, interlace your fingers, lift your head, and bring your hands just at the nape of your neck with your elbows out. Tuck your tailbone under a little bit so that you feel the lower back press into the floor, lower abdomen engaged. From here, you're going to start to lengthen your right leg to the wall behind you and take right elbow towards left knee, feeling the core engage, and then come back to center, bend the right knee. Take left leg long to the back wall, left elbow towards right knee, looking slightly to the right, and then come back to center, bend the left knee. Straighten your right leg, right elbow to left knee, come back to center, straighten your left leg, left elbow towards right knee, come back to center, and then pick up the pace for bicycle kicks. This does not feel good for your hip flexors. You don't have to straighten your legs all the way, right? Just a little bit for 5, 4, lower back down, 3, 2, and 1. Good, change, arms and legs down, take a breath. And if you think about it in 26 and 2 yoga, all the sit-ups we do, like they're really good for stretching the back, but they're also kind of drills, right? They're not asanas in and of themselves. They're just core strengtheners within the class. Speaking of sit-ups, you can always skip the sit-up, roll off to the side, otherwise legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Enjoy the stretch between back bends, should feel so good. Okay, wonderful. Turn, come to the top of your mat, second set, fixed firm. Open your knees, open your feet, point your toes back, and as you're ready, walk your hands back, sink your hips down. Put your palms on your soles. My face is so red. Right elbow down, left elbow down. Drop your head back, head to the floor. Tuck your chin in, neck, shoulders on the floor, arms over your head, grab your elbows, each other, and hold. Okay, so for those of you that go into this posture like every time, right, it just kind of feels like maintenance, you don't feel much in the lower body, there's a way to get more of a stretch to the kneecaps and quadriceps. Just remember that this is for folks with healthy knees who go back into the posture. You're gonna squeeze your butt and lift your hips off the floor. So knees stay down, but your butt comes up, and then you should feel more of a stretch in your kneecaps and quadriceps. So it feels like something is tearing, ease up. Okay, bring your hips back down, and if you want, let's try that 2 more times. Squeeze your glutes and lift your pelvis, your hips up to the ceiling. Lower down. Last time, squeeze your tush, lift your hips. Good, and lower down. Change, put your hands on your feet, push yourself up, head up last. Good, bring knees, feet together. And this time, if you'd like, you can take a wide-legged child's pose. So keep your feet together, open your knees, and this time hands to the floor and walk forward, palms to floor. So in half tortoise pose, the palms are together, the knees are together, and the arms are active, like elbows and wrists off the floor. But in child's pose, right, the knees are apart, your palms face the floor, your arms can be a little bit more relaxed. Reach your arms forward, sink your hips down, re-energize, reorganize, revitalize, stretch. Okay, if you're ready, put your hands on the floor, walk yourself up, keep your knees apart, feet together, and lift your hips. Camel, Ustrasana. Now, just like we did the full series with like full cobra, locust, full bow, there's also a full version of camel pose, and we can do some fun drills to try and get into it. And then if you want, you can do full camel with me. You can also just do 26 and 2 camel. Okay, but otherwise, you're gonna bring your hands together at heart center. You're gonna drop your head back and try to high five the ceiling. So lift your right arm up like you're raising the roof, and then bring it back to center. Lift your left arm up, try to high five the ceiling, hands together, and then both arms up, raise the roof. Okay, bring your hands back to center. Now you're gonna drop your head back more, and now you're gonna try and play patty cakes with the wall behind you. So right arm back, fingers towards the floor, high five the back wall, right hand back to center, left arm back, push your left hand towards the back wall, left hand back to center, both arms back, patty cake, baker's yoga, bake me a cake as fast as you can. And when you're ready, you're gonna go all the way back. Hands to floor, full cobra, bend elbows, grab heels, elbows to floor, head to toes. So the full version of the back bends, right, is basically just like eventually, rather than like hands and feet together, it's like feet and head together. That's where it all starts to go, just deeper spinal compressions. Okay, if you're in regular camel, put your hands on your back, push yourself up, head up last. If you're trying full camel, straighten your arms, squeeze your butt, bring your hands together, press your hips forward and lift yourself up. Good, change knees, feet together, hips on your heels, grab your heels from the outside. You can do rabbit pose at your own pace, chin to chest, go down, or you can join me on your back for some plow pose shoulder stand action. So if you want to join me on your back and try shoulder stand, make sure there's some space behind you and in front of you. You're going to lie on your back with your palms facing down, hands under your butt, bend your legs, feet on the floor, lift your feet up towards the ceiling, and from here, just feel what it feels like to rock back and forth. So you're like pushing your hands and shoulders down a little bit as you lift your hips off the floor. And when you've got a good one, we're gonna go into plow pose, lift your hips all the way up and try to touch your feet to the floor behind your head. Keep your chin to chest. Now, if you're in plow pose and your feet are touching the floor, you can try what's called ear pressure pose. Bend your knees so that your knees could squeeze your ears. And if your feet are still on the floor, grab your heels with your hands and pull down. And now this looks an awful lot like rabbit pose, but you're on your neck and shoulders rather than your shins. Okay, if you're in ear pressure pose, bring your hands back to the floor, straighten your legs, shoulder stand. Bend your elbows so that your hands are on your lower back.
Squeeze your butt, point your toes, and lift your feet up to the ceiling. Keep your chin tucked to your chest, move your hips forward, big toes up, so eventually ankles over hips, chin to chest. So shoulder stand. If you're in shoulder stand, we're gonna go back into plow pose, lower your feet overhead, hands to floor, and then slowly roll out, vertebra by vertebra. Keep your chin to your chest, press the shoulders down. Good, lower the legs down. If you did that plow pose shoulder stand action and you'd like a counter stretch, arms underneath you, fish pose, bend your elbows, drop your head back. So shoulder stand is called the queen of yoga asanas. It traps a lot of prana, life force energy in your throat chakra. So I recommend always doing a fish pose back bend after you do a shoulder stand to release that prana, life force energy from the throat, thyroid, parathyroid gland, throat chakra, whatever you want to call it. If you're doing fish pose, tuck your chin back in again, arms down, arms out, savasana. And if you did rabbit pose that entire time, OMG, heels together, toes fall open, arms down, palms face the ceiling, eyes open, mouth closed, inhale, exhale, legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good, we're gonna do 2 sets of head to knee with stretching. The first set, normal, right leg out, left leg in, 2 legs make an L, a 90-degree angle, no wider. Inhale your arms over your head, big stretch up. Exhale, turn to your right, tuck your chin to your chest, put your forehead on your knee, front side compression, throat choked, eyes open, breathing normal. Interlock your 10 fingers up to the webbing, flex your toes back, bend your elbows down, left elbow down, left shoulder down, roll into the left, change, arms up, left leg out, right leg all the way in, stretch up, turn to your left, tuck your chin to your chest, put your forehead on your knee. Flex your toes back, bend your elbows down, suck your stomach in, right sit bone down, right shoulder down, flex your left pinky toe back towards your face. Change, arms up, both legs out in front of you. If you're skipping, sit up, stay here. Otherwise, lay down and sit up. Paschimottanasana stretching, showing you from the side. Bend your knees, hook onto your big toes with peace sign fingers, thumbs on top. Scoot your butt back, right, left, 10 to 15 times. Knees can stay bent if it helps you fold forward with a flat back. If your legs are straight, stick your butt out some more. Try to lock your legs, puff up your chest, fold, stomach to thighs, pull, chest to knees stretch, one day toes and head touch. Good, change, stay seated, spine twist. Bend your left leg on the floor, touch your right heel to left knee, right arm close behind you like a second spine. Left arm up and over, grab your left knee with your left hand, hand, heel, and knee touch. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, pull abdomen in, look over, right shoulder twist. You can keep your right hand behind you for balance or reach behind you, catch your left thigh with your right hand for a half bind. Inhale, stretch up, exhale, look back, twist and twist and twist. Good, change, unwind, swap out your legs, bend your right leg on the floor, touch left heel to right knee, left arm behind you, right arm up and over, right knee with right hand, point your right toes, keep your left foot on the floor. Inhale, stretch up, exhale, look back. You can keep your left hand behind you or reach behind you, catch your right thigh with your left hand for a half bind, keep spine straight and chest lifted. Inhale, breath in, stretch up, exhale, breath out, twist. Good, change, unwind, turn around. Shavasana, take a breath, letting everything stretch out and realign. Let the floor hold you up. Legs together, arms over your head, flex your feet, squeeze your seat, sit up. Great, second set, you can do just as you did first set, or you can try some fun variations of head to knee and stretching. So second set, if you want, have your right leg out longer so the hips are open this time. Reach your left arm long overhead, so now it's a side body stretch. And if you'd like, you can have your right forearm on right thigh. Option to stay here, or see if you can come down all the way, flex your toes back, and eventually catch your foot with one or both hands. Right rib cage forward, left rib cage back, open your chest like a flower petal blooming. Good, change, release out, left leg out, right leg in, so the legs are wider. Then an L or 90-degree angle, reach your right arm long overhead, drop the right shoulder down. You can have left forearm on left thigh, flex your toes back, option to stay here or keep coming down. See if you can catch your foot with one or both hands. It's a really nice stretch to the right side, and a nice stretch to the inner thigh. Good, release, keep your left leg long, this time right leg out. The wider you open your legs, the more you're gonna feel it in the inner thighs. You're welcome to bring your feet a little closer together. Flex your toes back, stick your butt out a little bit and start to pancake, fold forward, put your hands on the floor and eventually come down, maybe forearms to floor, maybe chest to floor, right?
Chest forward, shoulders back. Take an inhale. Slow exhale, fold. Good, change, come on up, stay seated. 3 options for spine twist. Option 1, sit crisscross applesauce. Option 2, half lotus, lengthen your left leg, put your right foot on top of your left thigh. So this is like our version of tree pose, just on your butt rather than on your foot. Option 3, lotus pose, left leg on top of right thigh. Okay, from here, right hand behind you, inhale, reach left arm up. Exhale, place left hand on right knee. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, look over right shoulder twist. If you are in half lotus or lotus pose, take your right hand behind you. See if you can touch your right big toe with your right hand for a bind. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, look back, twist, twist, twist. Good, change, unwind. If you are in lotus pose, stay here. In pretty much every lineage of yoga, the right foot is below the left foot. Left foot's always on top in lotus. If you're in half lotus, switch out the legs. And if you are crisscross applesauce, switch out the legs, which is one of the weirdest feelings in the world, right? Because we all have been sitting crisscross applesauce since we were kids. Okay, left hand behind you, right arm up, take right hand to left knee, inhale, lengthen, exhale, look over left shoulder twist. If you're in lotus pose or half lotus pose, try to reach your left hand behind you, catch your left big toe with your left hand for the bind. Inhale, stretch up, exhale, look back, twist. Good, unwind. And if you're in lotus pose, try bound lotus. Take right hand behind you, catch right big toe with right hand, left hand behind you, catch left big toe with left hand. So all of the stuff in like our version of tree pose, our version of spine twist at the end of class, Ardha Matsyendrasana, that's all leading to this, where you can do a bound lotus pose. Pretty cool. Change, unwind, turn around, Savasana. So again, I love 26 and 2 yoga because I think it like gives you the keys to the kingdom, not just of health, but to the kingdom of yoga as well, right? And through these kind of cool sequences and movements that we do, whether you realize it or not, you're actually setting the foundation for a lot of other postures and posture variations. And again, I don't think you need to be able to like do lotus pose to have a good life. But I do think like, you know, being able to do triangle pose or camel pose, right? These are all kind of like litmus tests of like, can you move your spine, right? How are your hips? Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good, come to the middle of your mat, sit well, knees, feet together, hips on your heels, hands on your thighs. You can also sit on your butt, either crisscross applesauce or with your legs long in front of you. Lick your lips, swallow a couple times. This is Kapalbhati breathing, Bikram style. Concentrate, meditate, don't forget to have fun. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So in 26 and 2 yoga, we call this Kapalbhati breathing, but in pretty much every other lineage of yoga in the world, Kapalbhati breathing is done through the nose, and we're doing something that's more similar to like what's called Bastrika. So second set, if you'd like, you can try like a more traditional style of Kapalbhati where you're exhaling through your nose rather than your mouth. You can swallow a couple times to lubricate your throat, inhale through your nose, and begin. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good for you. Honor yourself. Give yourself a hug. High five. Pat on the back. Turn around. Savasana. Head to the front of your mat. Feet to the back of your mat. I apologize for going over time. There was a golden age in which I got this class done in 75 minutes for a while, and now I've failed at that. So I will work on that. I apologize. If you need to leave, I totally understand. If you have time, make time. Final Savasana. You can close your eyes, open your arms and legs, and take a deep, life-giving breath. Anything you're still holding on to, any worries or cares, maybe something that feels heavy or it's just not serving you right now. This is an invitation to let it go through the exhale breath. Take an inhale through your nose, exhale through your nose, and all is coming.